Toyota is dropping a staggering $139 million, not on a new battery gigafactory, but on a massive hydrogen fuel cell plant in the heart of China. This isn't for another Mirai sedan. We're talking about the backbone of the global economy, heavy-duty commercial vehicles. Is this Toyota's secret weapon against the battery electric giants like Tesla and BYD? Is hydrogen the silent giant about to awaken while the entire world is obsessed with lithium-ion? We're breaking down what this massive investment really means for the future of clean energy and why China might be the only place on Earth this gamble could pay off. Stay tuned, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve on the real shifts happening in transportation, make sure you're subscribed to Electric Vehicle Empire. You won't want to miss this. All right, let's get right into it. The news dropped on September 11th. Toyota Motor Corporation is partnering with a major Chinese state-owned enterprise, the Chengdu Investment Group, to pour 1 billion yuan, that's about $139 million US, into a new facility in Chengdu. The official name is the Chengdu Toyota Hydrogen Fuel Cell Smart Manufacturing Base. Now that name is a mouthful, but what it represents is a monumental strategic pivot. While the rest of the automotive world is in an all-out war for battery supply chains, fighting over cobalt, lithium, and nickel, Toyota is playing a different game entirely. They are placing a massive bet that for certain critical sectors of our economy, batteries aren't the answer. Hydrogen is. This new base isn't a small R&D lab or a pilot program. It's a full-scale manufacturing hub designed to produce everything from the core hydrogen fuel cell stacks to the complete systems that will power large trucks, city buses, dump trucks, and even sanitation vehicles. This is about industrial scale. This is about powering the vehicles that build our cities and move our goods. So the first big question is, why China? And why now? The answer lies in a powerful combination of government ambition, economic reality, and geographic advantage. China has a national mandate called the Double Carbon Goal. The plan is to hit peak carbon emissions before 2030 and achieve full carbon neutrality by 2060. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a centrally planned economic and industrial strategy. To hit those targets, they have to decarbonize their massive transportation and logistics sector, and they know that electrifying millions of heavy-duty, long-haul trucks with batteries presents a colossal challenge. Think about it from a trucker's perspective. Weight is money. A battery pack capable of moving 80,000 pounds for 500 miles can weigh over 10,000 pounds itself. That's 10,000 pounds of cargo you can't carry. Then there's the refueling time. Even with the fastest megawatt chargers, you're looking at significant downtime, 30 minutes to an hour, if you can even find one. Hydrogen solves both these problems. A hydrogen fuel cell system is significantly lighter than a comparable battery pack, maximizing payload. And refueling? You can fill up a hydrogen truck's tanks in about 10 to 15 minutes, almost identical to diesel. For the logistics industry, where every minute and every pound counts, this is a game changer. Toyota sees this and China sees this. That's why Chengdu was the perfect location. Sichuan province is a powerhouse of green electricity, particularly hydropower. This means they can produce green hydrogen created using renewable energy, at much lower cost than many other parts of the world. Affordable, clean hydrogen is the key to making this whole ecosystem work. Furthermore, the government is actively building what they call the Chengdu-Chongqing Hydrogen Corridor. This is a state-sponsored rollout of hydrogen refueling stations along one of the most critical economic arteries in Western China. They're even offering incentives like reducing or eliminating highway tolls for fuel cell vehicles. Toyota isn't just building a factory in a vacuum. They're plugging directly into a pre-built, government-backed ecosystem that is designed for their technology to succeed. Now, let's talk about Toyota. For years, the mainstream media and Wall Street analysts have criticized Toyota for being slow, for being a laggard in the BEV revolution. They looked at Toyota's focus on hybrids and its slow rollout of pure EVs and called them a dinosaur. But what if they weren't being slow? What if they were being deliberate? Toyota has been one of the world's biggest proponents of a multi-solution approach. Their philosophy has never been batteries for everyone. It's been about using the right tool for the right job. Hybrids for the transition, BEVs for urban passenger cars, and hydrogen fuel cells for heavy-duty and long-range applications. The 2014 Mirai wasn't a failure, it was a public-facing R&D project that allowed them to perfect their fuel cell technology for over a decade. Now they are ready to deploy that mature, reliable technology at an industrial scale where it makes the most economic sense.
This $139 million factory isn't their first move in China either. It builds on previous joint ventures started back in 2020 and 2021. They have been quietly laying the groundwork for years, building relationships and establishing a supply chain. This new facility is the capstone of that strategy, the moment they move from development to mass production. Of course, we have to address the elephant in the room, the anti-hydrogen arguments. Critics will rightfully point out that hydrogen is inefficient. The well-to-wheel energy loss is greater than for a battery electric vehicle. Creating hydrogen, compressing it, transporting it, and then converting it back to electricity in the vehicle does involve more energy steps than simply charging a battery. They will also point to the lack of infrastructure in most of the world, especially the United States and Europe. These are valid points, but they miss the specific context of this deal. China's state-led economy can build infrastructure at a speed and scale that is unimaginable in the West. They can mandate the creation of a hydrogen corridor, and it gets done. And while the efficiency argument holds up for a passenger car making a trip to the grocery store, it becomes less important when compared to the crippling economic downsides of battery weight and charge times for a commercial trucking fleet operating 24/7. What we are witnessing is the great divergence in clean energy strategy. The West, led by Tesla, is going all in on a battery-centric future. China, while also being the world's largest BEV market, is aggressively building a parallel hydrogen economy, especially for its industrial sector. And Toyota, the Japanese giant, has positioned itself as the key technological partner to make China's hydrogen ambition a reality. This isn't just about Toyota versus Tesla anymore. It's about two fundamentally different visions for how we power the future of commerce. One vision relies on an ever-denser and faster charging battery. The other relies on a gaseous energy carrier that mimics the convenience of fossil fuels without the emissions. By building this factory in Chengdu, Toyota isn't just betting on a technology. It's betting on a political and economic system's ability to force an energy transition. It's a bold, calculated risk that leverages their decades of FCEV research in the one market on Earth that has the political will and capital to build the entire ecosystem from the ground up. So as we watch the endless news cycles about new BEV models and battery chemistries, remember what's happening quietly in the industrial heartland of China. Toyota is building a hydrogen empire. And if it succeeds, it won't just change the trucking industry in China. It will provide a powerful proof of concept that could reshape the global logistics and transportation industries for decades to come. The silent giant may be about to make a lot of noise. What do you think? Is Toyota playing 4D chess while everyone else plays checkers? Or is this a massive, costly mistake in the face of the unstoppable BEV wave? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.